It's episode 1276, and it's the Relevant Podcast here in Orlando. I'm your host, Cameron Strang, and joining me from Loverland, Virginia, it's Jesse Carey.
Hello, hello.
From Nashville, artist, producer, mogul, Derek Miner.
What up, though?
And just down the street there, our managing editor, downtown Emily Brown.
Hey, y'all.
So apparently it's Crimson season there in Nashville. You guys are matching today.
Yeah. Shroot Farms, bed and breakfast.
Harvard, higher education.
Did you actually... Why do you have a Harvard sweatshirt? Did you teach a class there or something?
No, I was during my nonprofit, Ownership is a New Black. One of the people that was working with us was actually doing her doctorate, or it was her MBA at Harvard, and she asked me to speak to Harvard about Black ownership and different things like that. And then they sent me some swag. So
sweet.
Hey, here's what, and I love it too, Derek, because like people can be like, "Oh, did you go to Harvard?" And you can say, "No, I actually taught there."
Yeah, it's like Michael Scott. He's a guest adjunct speaker at the. I like it.
No, my undergrad's from somewhere else, but I was actually briefly taught at Harvard. By briefly,
Very
I mean
briefly.
1 afternoon.
Very
40 minutes.
Very briefly.
But technically, if someone asks about the, you can say, "No, I taught there." You know.
Derek, have you recovered from our days in Colorado?
So listen, everybody, this happens every time I get a sinus infection.
I'm telling you. Look, my eyes are pink. Like I got home and I got sick.
Man, my brain, like I knew I was in trouble when up my left nostril, it felt like there was a marble stuck at the top of my left. I was like, you know what? Yeah.
Is that why you went to bed early that night? We were playing dominoes?
Bro, it felt like my head, just like somebody stuffed my head full of marbles. That's what it felt like.
Okay, literally after you left, because we ended up playing till like 2 a.m. You left at like 10:30 or something. You said your head hurt. The guys all thought that because we were having a heavy conversation that you just tapped out. Like you didn't want to talk about it anymore.
No,
and
I was.
So they were mad at me for like you going to bed early. So
I was
officially everybody, he was sick.
Physically in pain. Like it did not. And the reason I knew it was my sinuses is because when we came out of the elevation, now I'm snotty. Like, so I'm like I'm coming home. And you know, man, you've been away from your wife for a while. I'm coming home trying to get a little kiss on the cheek. I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Because my nose, I look like little Daryl, or you know what I'm saying? I look like Hustle Man from Martin. And I got snot at the top of my lip like this. And I've been in the mountains and my lips is crusty because of the wind.
I'm telling you.
Like, bro, hey, I like trips, but Denver, we got all this science stuff. We need somebody to put a bubble around the top of a mountain so that we could get the pressure regulated or something.
I agree. I was recording the podcast last night, our Impact series. I was doing the intro, and as I was trying to talk, my lips were so cracked, like it was painful to say the words because of Denver. So Denver, get your act together.
They don't have chapstick in Denver?
I had chapstick, used chapstick, used it since I've been home, but the cracks were so deep that the chapstick...
You got to get that Vaseline.
I'm going to tell you how much
moisturize.
chapstick that Cameron had on his lips. We were at lunch, and his lip gloss was popping.
I'm
like
telling
Lil
you.
Mama. Like,
I'm telling you. I was ready to go.
I was like, what's going on here? Right?
Hey, I'm from Florida. The air is wet here. We don't need lotion. We don't need chapstick here.
What brought
and that was a pause moment for everybody. Me looking at his lips. Just need to let y'all.
Yeah,
I have to insert the pause because that was a very pausable moment.
I overdid it. Like it's like Mark Zuckerberg with sunblock on his face when he goes to Hawaii. He's fair skinned. I go to the dry climate. I'm just lotioning up, moisturizing.
So as much as he looked like a mime, like from the streets of, like that performs underneath the Eiffel Tower, you just had it caked up. What brought you all the way to Denver that you would risk conditioning your lips in such a way?
We were just at a dude ranch, like one of those gatherings, kind of like our Montana gathering.
Yeah.
We were there Monday through Wednesday. I almost got Derek on a horse, but he backed out at the last minute.
Man, I did the horse thing. It was cool riding a horse. People were coming back talking about, it hurts down down there, and I'm like, man, hey.
One guy on our ride, because we were like running. I mean, it was like galloping and stuff. And he goes, "I'm back here transitioning," like he yelled from the back of the
My
pack.
gosh.
And I'm out here. I don't got no jeans or nothing. I'm out here in some Nike sweats. Like, so that means that I'm gonna be in trouble. I didn't have no jeans, no cowboy boots. I got Nike sweats and some Yeezys, and it just that doesn't seem like horse riding attire. You know.
I agree, and like I feel like the reason I stay away from large animals like that too, because like horses are strong and powerful, right?
They are.
Yes.
And I feel like, you know how they say animals can like sense how you're feeling, they can sense fear and stuff.
Yes.
I feel like as soon as I board it, it knows I distrust it, and it automatically starts to distrust me.
Yes.
And it just becomes a cycle of and like I don't want a giant large animal distrusting me, especially if I'm riding it.
Right.
So I just, Derek, I'm with you, man. I just stay away from that.
And I don't know if it's my conspiracy theorist. It very well may be. But we're in the mountains on a horse, and they're like, "Oh, we're just gonna hit some trails." So imagine I'm on the side of a trail on the side of a mountain, and the horse just decides to buck.
Yeah.
I just, for me, I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna take some pictures.
We went far. It was a long ride, and we were up over this big plateau, the vista of the Rockies. You could see all the way down to Pikes Peak. It was crazy beautiful.
Yeah, y'all got it. Y'all got it for sure.
I got some good pictures,
Yeah, you were like, I'm into the photo album. I'll see the pics. It'll be
but
good.
I went in the afternoon, and one guy who had gone in the morning, we were eating lunch, and he told me, he's like, did you ride this morning? I was like, no, I'm going this afternoon. He goes, yeah, it was a lot of fun. I'm having a hard time like walking. I was like, what? And he's like, yeah, like my legs are shaking. Like, he's like, I was like, what did y'all do? And then when we got back, I realized like my legs were shaking too. It's crazy.
Well, that's funny.
And y'all want me to go out there with y'all?
Yeah. Well, I will say this. I only ride side saddle, so it's never been a problem. The few
What
times.
is side? What is that?
Your legs are on the same side instead of
sitting sideways on it, like the ladies in the 1800s.
Yeah.
like an old Victorian gentleman, you know?
Anyway, all right.
so
Well,
funny.
we're back, and I'm glad you're all right. We're recovering. I am pounding Celsiuses. No ad here. I'm just like I'm.
Why and why are you drinking those?
Caffeine, man. I'm like my clock's just been off. Like
You've been traveling a lot though. Like you've been doing West Coast.
Yeah, I know,
like
but
twice in the last few weeks.
And here's the problem: is like we're in Colorado and we're staying up late till 2-3 in the morning, like talking. It was awesome. It was so much fun. But that's like 6 a.m. back home.
Yeah.
And so then you come home the next day, and I got to take my kid to school at 6 in the morning. And it's like my body has no clue what time it is. I'm pounding Celsiuses. It's great. So we're gonna get through it. We have a great show actually coming up. Kristian Stanfill is joining us, worship leader from Passion. I'm liking this thing where people just jump on live with us, and we get to talk with them.
It is fun.
Mixing it up, that's coming up. We also have slices at the end of the show, but stay tuned right now after this break. It's Relevant Buzz. Okay, it's time for
Relevant Buzz.
Tell us what's happening at the intersection of faith and culture this week, Emily.
So the first thing I want to talk about is Daniel Caesar, who we've been covering a lot over the last few weeks. He released a new album called Son of Spurgey, which is all about just like coming back to his faith and rediscovering it. And so obviously we've been very excited about that. And so I just wanted to tie a happy little bow on this story. When the album dropped earlier this month, it debuted at number 4 on the Billboard Hot 200, which is the highest his albums have ever charted. And he also scored his first number 1 gospel song with Rain Down.
Gospel. There you go. Who would have thought? I told Cohen this. Cohen's a big Daniel Caesar fan. I told Cohen, he was like, hey, he has a number 1 gospel song. He's like, gospel? I was like, that's not his lane. But yeah, that's great. Let's go.
Let's go. Earlier this year, remember Glorilla won for a gospel song. So maybe Daniel Caesar will get
awards.
Yeah, he'll get a BET award for best gospel song.
Except his actually is gospel. Like the Glorilla one was. Yeah.
Well, I mean, Glorilla's, it was gospel, but
all right. I just saw out the window in my front yard a man crash his bike. He's laying in my lawn right now. That is hilarious.
Should you go assist him?
And maybe bring the camera with you?
And when you say he's lying there, is he motionless?
No. He's on a mountain bike or whatever, and he had his dog he has his dog like on a leash, and the dog was running, and I think the dog like they got out of sync, and the guy got all wobbly, and he went face planted right in my lawn. I'm looking right at him. He got up. He's embarrassed. He sees me in the window. He's really embarrassed right now. It's really funny.
And you're pointing at him.
I'm pointing at him.
Yeah.
I'm literally. But the thing is, in the window, I have these lights on me, so like it's like there's a man in a spotlight pointing at me,
He's
and like a mic in
at.
front of your face.
Yeah.
Like he knows you're talking about him.
As Cameron's pointing, laughing directly at him, he's mouthing something. Cameron's like, I'm trying to make it out. He's saying, I'm badly hurt. Please call for help.
Yeah, he's off. He and his dog are off now. That's funny.
I saw a video floating around of this guy who had constructed this bike where, you know, those like tow behind little stroller things. It's not like a stroller, but it's it's like has a little canopy on it,
and they like attach to the bike.
Yeah. He constructed
I had one of those.
Yeah, he constructed one where it had like it was pretty large, and you could see someone was like sitting back there. But in actuality, he could pedal and steer the bike from that thing sort of covertly with like kind of a blanket over him. But there was a bike out in front of him that he put a dummy on and attached the dummy's feet to the pedals and handles to the handlebars. And he would come flying down the road and ram it into like go down like 3 stairs, and the dummy comes like popping off. Dude, I am telling. This is video, right? Can I find it? And
please,
you guys
do.
continue to.
Please do.
Okay,
All right, Emily, go on to the next one while he pulls up the clip.
Yeah, well, I mean, speaking of funny videos, that actually segues back good into the next one, because Vine is coming back, but just not in the way that you may think.
So we heard Elon owns Vine because he bought Twitter and Twitter owned Vine. And he said he was going to bring it back, and it was going to be on a feed of micro AI videos. And we were like, who cares? This is different. Tell us what this is.
Yeah. So former Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey is backing a new version of the app he's calling Divine, lowercase D-I, capital V. Fine. And he said the app, they're going to restore about 10,000 Vine clips that were previously on there. But the big news is that they're going to have special filters to protect the app from any sort of AI-generated content. So pretty much the exact opposite of Elon's plan.
Yep. So Vine's coming back. 6 seconds. 6 second funny
Let's
videos.
Go. I'm ready.
See,
well,
I'm
that
hesitant.
was peak internet for me. I liked it. Anyway,
it is. Oh my gosh, this video.
Watch this one. He's got a dummy in the front. Look at this. Somehow it's pedaling when he pedals. Like
watch it. Watch when he tries to take stairs with.
What am I watching, bro? What is happening right now?
Jesse, your corner of the internet is wild. It scares me. Like, I don't know how you find the things you find, man.
Oh, it finds me.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Like, your algorithm is toast. I don't know how that's happening.
I get stuff like that all the time. It knows me.
It knows you. All right, Emily. So when is it launching? Like, what is there? Any,
it's still being developed right now, so it's not launched. Okay. They haven't announced a launch date yet. Right. But I will say I am hesitant about this because I loved Vine, but I think the internet's humor has changed a bit. Like, I don't know if it's going to be as glorious as we remember it to be.
It will be.
A new generation will figure out a way to be.
You think it's
going to
be MySpace? Seconds. MySpace came back and everybody was like,
No, I mean, I forgot that MySpace came back, so that is a good.
Yeah, Justin Timberlake brought it back.
Yeah,
I feel like
okay.
I feel like Vine. You know, I'm not saying invented jump cut comedy. You know, but I certainly think you can credit a lot of what we're seeing in comedy in general right now.
I agree.
With the restraint was the beauty of it.
Yeah.
You know, it forced you to make a joke in a very specific way that turns out when you do it right is very funny. Like, you don't need a full reaction shot. It's almost the implication of what is happening is funnier than what is actually happening, you know, because your mind, it's like when you watch a horror movie that they don't like a M. Night Shyamalan movie where they don't reveal the monster until like the last scene. It's more scary in your mind than it is. That's why Vine worked, because like what you weren't seeing, and your mind had to fill in the blanks of, oh my gosh, what is this insane world I just dropped into? I don't need the context because in my mind, any kind of context my mind is created is probably funnier than what's actually happening.
My favorite that I remember is the funeral where they go to release the doves, and he opens the box and he does this with the box of doves, and they just drop dead. They just fall out dead, and you just hear, oh, like it's like I saw the longer version of that, and it wasn't nearly as funny as the 6 seconds of just. Oh,
well,
yeah,
it's like the one where you see like two hands like under like garden hose, and it's clearly like they're painted like bright red, as you know, and you hear off camera someone say, "What do you mean it's not washing off?" And the camera pans up, and right before the video ends, the person has bright red and yellow like face painted like a clown, like big eyebrows, you know, but just the implication that off camera, that person saying, what do you mean it won't wash off?
Right. Exactly.
It's perfect. It's a perfect little joke, you know?
It is good. And I do think you're right. Like thinking about how video has changed comedy. Cameron and I were talking earlier about how like SNL this season has been really interesting because they've brought in a lot of people from like TikTok and who have done like more skits. And it's just like it's a really interesting, funny like time for SNL right now. What do you think?
It's like absurdist humor instead of like, here's a game show or a celebrity impression, or, you know, like that was like so predictable. Now it's like, how did they come up with this? And it's this absurdist kind of internet comedy, which I love. Anyway. All right. What's the last thing?
Moving on. Yes. Last thing. Jenna Jameson, a former adult star, has been making headlines this week because she has been baptized and now wants to tell everyone how to find Jesus for themselves.
There you go.
So she made a
Got another one.
Got another one. Yeah, she made an Instagram post. She said, after decades of being known for my body and sin, she's switching sides and helping others find Jesus too. So
there you go. Kids, if you don't know who that is, do not Google it.
Do not Google her. Yeah.
FYI. But
maybe, well, if you Google her, also add the word Jesus in. So
no. It's just better not to
just
Google.
Don't. Just take Emily's word for it.
It's better not to. Don't listen to Emily. Listen to us.
Yeah.
Listen, she's being redeemed. She even talked about how the reason she wants to talk about it is because she knows her story will prove to other people that they are not irredeemable. So I'm proud of her.
She is redeemable. I am so happy. I pray that this is the beginning of a long life serving the Lord. But listen, son, do not put her name in any search engine that exists. Just take our word for it.
Yeah,
that Jesus is doing a mighty work.
That's right.
We good.
He still does miracles. There we go.
He does.
All right. Well, there's a lot more stories where that came from. Go check out relevantmagazine.com every day. We are covering things like that. Thanks, Emily. All right. Stay tuned. After this break, Kristian Stanfill will join us. Well, our guest today is Kristian Stanfill. You know him from Passion. He's been a worship leader there for 20 years, but he's also been dropping solo stuff, including a brand new solo album that he just dropped a few days ago. It's called Come to Jesus. And so he's going to join us here today. Welcome to the show, Kristian. Thanks for coming.
Hey, guys. What's going on? Good to see you guys.
Man.
Okay.
Congrats on the new album. Tell us about it. Why did you want to get rid of all your Passion bandmates and do something all by yourself?
Oh, man.
They're waiting here on the line with us. They're silent.
They're here.
Yeah.
Are we going to do some conflict resolution here? Yeah. It's good. Third party conflict resolution. I like this podcast. No, man, it's really nice to have, the Passion outlet to write songs for the church, to write songs for conference. So cool to be able to do that, but also to have this artistic lane to, be able to tell, the stories of life and write about the human experience, things that we all go through in life. It's always been something I love to do, is tell stories through songs. And so this outlet allows me to be able to do that. And I can get a little bit more personal, can be a little bit more gritty in the language of it all. And so, yeah, it's nice to have both lanes. I've enjoyed it.
So is this an explicit album? Is that
it's very explicit. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that, you got to be 18 or older to listen to this without parental consent.
Hey, actually, I do have a question, not about that. I'm not going to make light of it, but you this week were talking about celebrating 5 years of sobriety, and not to talk about like adult themes, but like that's a big deal. And I saw you in Atlanta a couple weeks ago, and you had talked about that as well. And just huge congratulations.
Yeah,
and
thanks,
what has
man.
this journey been like for you?
Oh man, it's been up and down, man. I mean, 5 years ago was a really low point, and man, I mean, talk about a rock bottom, come to Jesus moment. Good grief. And from there, that started a process of recovery and confession, restoration, healing with my wife, friends, pastors, counselors. And I mean, really, it was kind of one of those, like, I'm down in a pit and I don't really know how to get out of it except to take one step at a time, one day at a time. But man, I experienced something miraculous, and Jesus came in. I mean, truly, I had some incredible counselors, great friends, pastors, all that kind of thing. But the thing that really changed me and set me free, I didn't need any more worldly wisdom or counseling session. What I needed was a revelation of Jesus. And through his word, through his church, through his people, man, he opened my spiritual eyes to see him in a way that I had never seen him before. And I mean, I'm 42 years old. I've been in the church most of my life. I've been a believer for a long time. But even scripture says, as we behold him, he takes us from glory to glory. And this was one of those glory to glory moments where I had seen him before, but he it's hard for me to even articulate it. He gave me eyes to see him in a way that I had never seen him before. And that became the most compelling reason for me to choose sobriety and choose holiness and righteousness and choose his way over my way. That's not to say it hasn't been tough. There have been really hard days. Confession is a daily part of my life. Vulnerability, transparency is a huge part of my life, and I have to do that every day. But man, I feel so good. I feel so free. I feel more alive than I've ever felt before. I have more joy in my life than I've ever felt before. I have more authority on my life than I've ever had before. And that's all coming down from him. So his word says, you seek him, you'll find him when you seek him with your whole heart. And that's what I've experienced. And that's what this project is about. This is what Come to Jesus is about. It's about that kind of a resurrection.
Okay, so first of all, that is the most impressive, like, bring it back to promoting the album story I've ever heard. That was great.
Well, hey, the album, honestly, the album is just real life. Like, I don't have to promote anything. It's just what I've been living. That's the cool thing about writing records like this. It's like, I don't have to like drum anything up or go, okay, now I got to gear up for promo. It's like, no, dude, I've been living in this for 5 years now. So talking about it feels like breathing.
How is it sometimes, because you mentioned, there's high points and low points kind of along the way, but I'm assuming during the creative process, you kind of have to tap back into the real feelings of those low points in order to be able to like meaningfully translate it through music. How hard, or I guess how sort of cathartic was it to have to re-engage with that in order to be able to come out with some sort of creative expression for it?
Yeah. Well, so like 3 years ago, I put out a record called Make It Out Alive, and I wrote those songs as I was going through the process. And honestly, I didn't think that anyone would ever hear the songs. It was more like journal entry type stuff. But then, we ended up putting the songs out, and that was great because I wrote those as we went. It wasn't like, I'm going to make a record, I'm going to write for a record. It was like, I'm just writing as a songwriter, processing. And then with this record, I love what you're asking, because I had to just take stock of where am I at today. So like, that's where I was, but where am I today? And so I would sit down with these songwriters and go, hey, I was at rock bottom. I was in a pit, but now I'm not. I'm experiencing a new level of joy in life. And I want to write from that place, from where I am today. And it became so much fun. Even as I write worship songs for church or for Passion now, man, I have a desire to infuse them with so much joy because we have so much to sing about. So that's really, you know, writing these songs for Come to Jesus, just writing them from a different place, you know. But then songs like Say It That Way on the record, that one's a very human, very real, kind of a raw song. And I did have to go back and tap into some of that stuff.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Love it.
Do you like, it's interesting that you're talking about like having to like write this album versus the last album, and it's like forcing you to almost take stock of the journey in between.
Yeah.
I just saw you in Atlanta a couple weeks ago at Brad's gathering, and
So good, dude.
That gathering and like moments like that happen like every year are the same thing for me. Like, you know, you're in the grind of life, you don't realize what's happening, and it's like driving into that place. It's like I remember where I was driving into this place last year, you know, like, and look what God's done. And it's like, it makes me realize, because you don't realize it in the day-to-day so many times, you know, like what God's done in your life and how far you've come, you know. So I think it's interesting that you're talking about that realization in this creative process, because I've been kind of been in that place this week too, you know. So
yeah, it's great to have markers, like kind of these like these pillars of remembrance, and go, oh man, like I remember. And that's what records can be like, you know.
Yeah,
it's beautiful.
That's really cool.
That's awesome, man.
I know you do like every year you've made like an Instagram video about opening up about your sobriety, which I think is really cool, like you said, to remember that. I would love to know, like, is there anything that you've learned from year 4 to year 5 of sobriety that was like surprising or just unexpected for you?
Oh gosh, so much. I mean, to get like super real about it, I mean, the thing that has surprised me, I think there was a day where I thought, man, I don't know if I could ever live life without drinking. You know, that was very real. Like there was a point where I was like, I don't know if I'll ever have a season of life where I can't be drinking. And I think maybe the surprise of the last 4 or 5 years is how much better life is without it. You know, like this really is like the good life. And, you know, letting the Lord search me and align every part of my life with his heart and his way has been so fulfilling, more than I could have ever imagined. It's been so fulfilling and so satisfying. And I thought like I needed this other thing. And he's like, man, if you engage with what I'm offering, it'll rock your world. So I think that's been the biggest surprise. And then also I think another thing is just to see the strength of community, like the friendships that I have, the brothers at my side, the pastors at our side, my wife, to feel the strength of brothers and sisters in arms going, we're in this together, and to go, I'm not alone. I thought for so long, like I'm alone in this. I'm not, and neither are you, neither are any of us. It's a lie that the enemy sells us.
What would you say to anyone, because you were dealing with alcoholism while you were front facing and in ministry? What would you say to someone who's at where you were at right now, and they're afraid to go get help? Or what would you say to the community around them that are like, man, we don't even know how this works? And then also, what would you say to the people that are on the outside that would just think it's super simple for all of this stuff to just come out, and hey, you just need to just man up or whatever? Like, what? Like, can you speak to that?
Yeah. And I mean, I will say, to go back to that period of my life, there were, you know, 2 guys who were still 2 of my best friends, and they were in all of the struggle of it. You know, I would stop and then I'd pick it back up, and then I would try to quit for a while, and then I'd pick it back up. There was definitely this like wrestle and fight going on behind the scenes. But then, you know, the lie that I believed was that if I were to come out and tell my pastors or tell my friends or, you know, tell my wife, you know, what's really going on, there would be, you know, like shame and want to isolate you over here. And again, I just think that's a lie that hell sells. It's like, if you come out with it, all there'll be is shame and judgment and isolation, when really there was grace and acceptance and let's figure out how to get you help. And that's what I discovered. And then, the other thing I will say, when I finally came out and kind of told the truth to everybody in my life, including my pastors, I kind of went dark for a couple years. I mean, there was a couple years there where I was around and I was at church, I was leading some, but I kind of shut it down. And I was like, I need to not be as forward facing,
Yeah.
It was like, I just need to be with the Lord. I need to go on a walk with Jesus for a while. That's what I needed to do.
Yeah.
And so I would encourage people to do that too. Don't be afraid to shut it down, more or less, and cancel things for a while and go, I need to just be with God for a minute. And then to anyone, pastors or, people who are in church, that, if you have a leader that comes to you and confesses something or talks about, just know that person is already covered up in shame. Hell does a great job of covering us up with shame and going, you're broken, it's hopeless, you'll never be victorious. What people need when they come and open up, they need you to wrap their arms around. They need like someone to wrap their arms around them and go, hey, I'm going to extend the heart and the grace of the Father to you right now. And just to sit with them and put your arm around them and go, I'm here. I know we may not have the answers right now, but I'm just here to listen and love you. So that would be my encouragement.
Do you,
Thank you.
Last question. Do you get sick of talking about this? Like, for real? Like, I would think, because do you get sick of talking about this? Like, your darkest, hardest season of life is like, now it's been 5 years, right? I mean, it's like, I know you're celebrating 5 years of sobriety, but it's like, we've been talking for the last 10 minutes about something that was awful, and you're exposed, and the public is now part of that part of your life. And like, is that hard for you to talk about, or is it like, come on, I'd rather just move on, guys,
No, it's not. I think because I have experienced so much victory and so much freedom that now I'm able to testify on behalf of others and go, hey, like, I want to keep talking about it. And I said this the other day in that video. This is not my identity. It's not. I don't walk around going, hey, sober 5 years. I was an alcoholic. I don't walk around like that. It's not my identity. Yeah. But it is a part of my story, and I continue to share it every year because I remember what it's like. I think that's part of the grace that God has given me and others who have been through something tough, the grace to remember. Like, I remember that day. There's no shame attached to it, but I remember that day and how low and hard and brutal it was. And I want so bad for people to experience this kind of freedom and victory in Christ. And so no, I don't get sick. I don't get sick of talking about it. And that's why on this new project, you hear the joy, you hear the freedom, you hear the resurrection, because people need to know you can move out of this like darkness and into a marvelous light.
That's awesome. Unfortunately, because of YouTube, we can't play any clips of the album. So thanks a lot, copyright laws. But everybody go get it. Come to Jesus is out now. Kristian Stanfill, thanks for joining us today, man.
Hey, awesome. Love you guys. Great conversation. Thank you.
All right, it's time for
Slices.
All right, what do you have, Jesse?
All right, so Emily alerted me to this. This story about a family in Virginia, not anywhere. I don't even know where part of Virginia this is, but they woke up to find their horse. It's apropos for today's episode, in their pool one morning.
Just taking a dip.
All right.
Well, it walked on like the leaf cover, which
oh no!
Oh, poor guy. Or girl,
Can you imagine?
dang.
He's just walking out underwater, like, oh my god!
Dang,
you just
man.
sees Cameron in the window pointing and
What
laughing.
the? He's like, God! There's a horse in the pool. Oh,
anyway, it went into quite a long story, but it included this line. Crews were dispatched to the scene for a service call, but quickly realized this was a large animal rescue. One, they had to be dispatched to the scene to realize that.
Yeah, the word horse should imply. Yeah.
Yeah. What were they picturing? Additional
little miniature horses, you seen the little minute with the.
They had to be sure that it wasn't a tiny horse,
Right.
like a mini pony or something.
Lil
Additional
Sebastian.
units. What's that, Emily?
Oh, I was just saying, Lil Sebastian in the pool.
Exactly. No, they realized when they got there. We're talking I don't know, we're talking Clydesdale, but this is we're talking horse here.
Yeah.
Additional units from the Little Fork Volunteer Fire and Rescue, one of the select few departments specially trained and outfitted to handle large animal rescues, were dispatched to assist with the rescue. From there, it kind of goes to the mechanics of how they got the horse out, which isn't all that interesting. What is interesting is there is a volunteer fire and rescue department that is specially trained in large animal rescues. Guys, this was their Super Bowl. This was, they had been waiting for this day.
Okay.
And I like that it's a volunteer. Like, that you're just waiting around all day for something like this to happen.
Like the reserves.
Yeah. It just seems like a very specific skill set they're working with there with this volunteer.
It reminds me of that whole Nate Bargatze thing of how do you move a dead horse,
Yeah. And how you want to be the first one to the scene because.
Wait, I don't think I know this bit. What's the dead horse bit?
So he was driving up with a guy, and when they were near Seattle, they were driving up to the big mountain. And as they were driving along the road, he looked to the side of the road, and there was a dead horse laying in somebody's lawn. And so the whole ride up, he's thinking, like, how do you move a dead horse? How, like, you call a friend, like, how do you move a dead horse? The end of the bit is when they came back down the mountain. The horse was perfectly fine standing up, and he learned that day that horses sleep lying down. He wasn't dead, but he went on for like 10 minutes about like, how do you move a dead horse?
And the moral of the story, if it's multiple people, you want to be the first one of the scenes because you want to pick where you get to grab.
That was his big takeaway.
You don't want to be last.
You want to be the first one to say yes to helping your friend move his dead horse, not the
Yeah.
last friend to show up to help.
You don't want to be the last person with hands on that horse.
But honestly, how do you move a dead horse or get one out of a pool?
Well, in this one, they had some sort of, like harness that they did note that the rescue team had wetsuits and everything. This was a full on operation.
Were there any pictures that we can show in screen share?
I'll be honest, there are, but they're sadder than you think. So it's kind of funnier in your head. I'm going to be honest. This is like that Vine thing. The image of the horse in the pool is funnier in your head than when you see it. You're like, oh, well, also they need to clean that pool. So
Oh, no.
do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The horse in the pool is very funny in your imagination. Then when you actually see the backyard, you're like, they should probably get that. I'm glad they got that guy out of there. Thank God that large animal rescue volunteer unit was nearby.
Oh man.
Yikes. All right. Okay. What do you have, Derek?
All right. What do you love in a song? Like what do you believe makes a song good or makes it hit home for you?
I don't know.
I'm a lyrics person.
I'm a
So,
catchy
lyrics.
chorus.
Yeah.
Catchy
I'm a
chorus.
vibe person. I'm like, I'm a mood. I'm not a lyric person at all.
And then what makes you listen to a song? Is it the artist or is it the song itself? So what do you feel gives you a connection to the song? The artist, song?
I
think it's
mean,
just a song.
I would say like I feel like if I know the artist or I've heard of the artist or something like that makes me listen to I'm more likely to listen to one of their songs than just a random song.
Okay. And then the last thing I would say, what do you think makes a hit?
I mean, there's got to be a
hit song.
formula to it, right? Like as far as like BPMs and up
length.
and down and all that stuff. Like you
Mhm.
probably know the formula. I don't, but it
'Cause
feels
we're
like
up-
there's.
It's like a
Kind of.
formula. Would you say that it matters who the artist is? Does that factor into it, or you just think formula?
I don't think the artist
think
matters.
formula,
That's why there's
yeah.
one hit wonders. I mean, like
Yeah.
Mhm.
anybody can make a hit song. It
Yeah.
seems like. I don't know.
Well, guess what's cracked the code on the formula? AI has, because we have like 2 songs that are AI songs. One of them is at the top of the country music digital charts by Breaking Rust called Walk. Was it Walk That Walk or something of the sorts? Walk My Walk. So, and this is this country singer singing from pain, you would think, but it's a computer. And then also there's another AI artist named Zania Monet that's out. And there's a song that as you're scrolling TikTok, you can't miss it. Draw Me Closer. And everyone thinks it's it's called I Run. Well, you know that song? It's an AI artist also that has created that song. So you're absolutely right. It seems to be a formula, and it seems to be that what we thought was all about the artist and the ghost in the machine, maybe, or the, the spirit of the artist in the records. It feels like these people that may not have talent, because obviously I don't think AI is just spitting out hit songs, but there's a person that's using this. And I think this is interesting because someone like Cameron, who has the best playlist in the world, could sit down at AI right now, create a vibe, because he knows what that vibe feels like with no musical experience, without anything, and could create a hit song for other people. So I think your taste and that creativity is going to matter a whole lot in the future. AI is here. It's not going anywhere.
So the number one country song
on the digital song charts is by an AI artist. And one of the most viral songs that's out right now, we're finding out that it's not Georgia Smith, that it's someone that made an AI
to
sound like Georgia Smith.
So who owns, I don't know, who's owns the rights to that? Like an AI, is it a label? Like,
your guess is good as ours right now.
Yeah, that is an interesting.
There's no, so for the song that sounds like Georgia Smith, she doesn't have any protections. If they didn't say that this is a Georgia Smith song, because that's just what the algorithm's saying, because people are saying it sounds like that. But this is an artist that, quote unquote, has their own sound, but everyone's attributing it to Georgia Smith, right? So with this AI artist, it would probably be the person that uploaded it to Spotify, because the AI companies are like, we don't have any rights with this. We're just generating.
I was just about to say, but if I'm Spotify or any of the DSPs, maybe I just go, all right, no AI music. That's how we're gonna. But you can't do that, because as we were talking in Colorado, auto-tune is a version of AI. AI is all over production nowadays. So it's it's how, after you have surgeries to replace organs and stuff, how much of you is still you? It's that question of or the ship thing that we keep talking about.
Yeah.
How much is a real song or an AI song now anymore?
So there's new rules, and I saw a sync company who's like that. In the past, they were like, we're not accepting songs with AI in them. Now they're saying the song has to be at least 80% human led, and it can't have more than 20% of AI stuff. So it has to be something that's generated from a person. So just rolling the dice is not good enough. And just it's spitting out a something. You have to take that something and then be humanly creative with it. And it's seeming like that's kind of where things are trending, is that we're like, hey, a person using an AI to create a piano or a drum loop or something, or to you can't chat GPT the lyrics and then have the lyrics sang by an AI and then it be considered music that passes. So but we have no laws. These are all just companies trying to grasp that right now. As of right now, there's no real laws in place except the typical brand laws and trademark laws that we all know about.
Yeah. How do you feel about that as an artist?
Here's the thing. I've always, as an artist in the marketplace, had to compete and say, I have something that is valuable. So I think that although there will be tons of new artists, some of them talented, some of them not, that people, at the end of the day, there's something people are resonating with this. It's a formula, but even the human making the lyrics is putting their story into it. So I just think stories are going to be just more and more important in the future in general. Yeah.
But I think it'll be interesting for me as a pop music lover, which, while I do love lyrics, I will admit sometimes pop music can be generic and not necessarily the most personal. And which I think it's not surprising to me that country was the genre where an AI song went number one, because that can be pretty formulaic. And I think pop music is the same way.
Wow. Shots
So-
fired.
Wow.
Also-
Wow.
I live in Nashville.
Where do you
I-
live?
I live in Nashville. Yeah, I can absolutely say that. I hear a lot of formulaic country songs.
They
I
are
think
listening, Emily. You're not allowed to talk bad about country in Nashville. They're listening. They're going to be at your door.
Drones flying
Well,
over.
I'm moving soon, so it's fine.
Dang.
But anyways, I'm just interested to see, like how AI, I don't know. It's like, I think it only affects certain genres, but it'll be interesting to see how it plays out.
It's going to evolve. Like back think about movies in the 50s, they had to do practical effects, and then computers allowed them to do. Now AI can do better effects than the motion graphics people could 10 years ago. So it's like it's just going to evolve. Art will adapt. We'll see. It sounds awful to me listening to a bunch of computer music, but who knows? We'll see what happens.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
All right. What do you have, Emily?
So there's this big story that not a lot of people are talking about, but Congress recently passed a bill, and included in that was a law that effectively bans all THC related products. So like gummies, drinks, vapes, different things like that are going to be banned.
Like the Delta 8 stuff, the hemp stuff. That's not the pure weed, but it's weed adjacent.
Yeah, I think the distinction there is typical THC, which could be used for like medicinal purposes or something you'd buy at like a legal dispensary. The molecular formula is Delta 9. That's how it grows in nature,
Okay.
But what they've been doing to skirt laws is there are ways that you can do this synthetically or grow different strands that are either Delta 8 or Delta 10. So one molecule off in its sort of chemistry that technically makes it legal. But the problem is, if you were to buy like a Delta 8 pre-roll or THC or Delta 10 gummies or something, and not only are they not.
Jesse, do you have any you recommend to?
No.
I sound really knowledgeable.
I've been
we can still buy them. Yeah.
I've been fortunate enough to help produce 2 shows that Cameron, I've talked to you about these, like that deal a lot with kind of cartel and organized crime. Borderland and Borderland Dispatch is what they're called. And we've done a lot, and this is actually cropping up in other sort of like semi-legal substances like kratom, that if you see like a sign outside of smoke shops says like kratom, what happens is not only are they synthetically altered, but like no one is regulating the process. And so a lot of them are actually sprayed with other things that can have really, really serious effects, right? Because no one's really checking to make sure the authenticity. All they have to do is technically modify one molecule in there. And the other thing too is like when people are buying those, it's a totally different world than buying from like a dispensary where, like I said, you can kind of make your own sort of ethical and moral judgments on that. But at least they know where it's coming from, what it's made of. But a lot of the stuff is coming from labs in China that are also the same labs that will supply precursor chemicals to really hard drugs that are being smuggled into parts of Mexico.
Yeah, like fentanyl. Yeah,
exactly. You could unknowingly be supporting a transnational criminal operation that has its thing. So
when you get your little gas station,
yes, you stay away from any. I'm telling you, like we're gonna do a 3-part series on this, but like the Chinese like chemical industry will make like industrial chemicals that they'll ship into Mexico, but they're not actually industrial chemicals. They are precursors for other drugs, but they're also making semi-legal synthetic versions of drugs that people want, but they're very, very dangerous. And they fund terrible stuff.
So here's the lesson. Don't get anything from a gas station but gas and chips and sodas, maybe a slushie, regular gum. But if don't get anything above sugar.
That's
at any of those spots. Yeah. Like you shouldn't be getting any supplements.
Well, apparently it's all banned now. I mean, with this new bill.
Companies have 1 year to adjust. So the companies that are making these products, they have a year to start making legit things. But a lot of companies sell Delta 8, Delta 10 stuff in states where marijuana isn't legal because
in Florida, it's like there's ads all over the place of like it's legal in every state and all this kind of stuff. It's this stuff.
Don't get any gas station sushi either.
Guess what? Guess what? The what bill that was part of? The government reopening funding bill. they tucked in this band of Delta 8.
It's smart because, like I said, you start peeling back that onion and you realize how insidious a lot of that world is. You know.
Well, look at that. Ending Slices on an actual serious note. We went from a horse
on
fell
a
in the
high
pool.
Note?
Well done.
Guys, that was a really good one. I think we should have laughed more.
Yeah. I like it.
All right. Well, on that note, we'll wrap it. Make sure to like and subscribe the show if you're watching on YouTube, and join us every Tuesday for a new episode. I'm Cameron Strang.
I'm Jesse Carey.
I'm Derek Miner.
I'm Emily Brown.
We'll see you guys next week.